Previously on the Chronicles of Oz, we're off to the land of Ebb to assist our royal cousins in their time of great need. And I'm not going alone, am I? I'll have help.
The three of us, together again, just like the old days.
Only without, well, you know.
Yeah, would have been nice to have Dorothy along too.
So we've crossed the desert?
Looks like.
Wow.
Beware the wheelers.
Well, what's a wheeler? Get behind me, Ozma.
You're thieving thieves, all of you! Anyone who picks a lunchbox without permission must die! Must die! Let me go! Let me go!
Not until you tell me why you were sent here.
It is the Princess Langwidere! She's the dead king's closest relation. She's the only one left.
What happened to the Queen? The Prince?
Lost to the Gnome King.
And frankly, the Gnome King stole the wrong family members.
Wait, the Gnome King stole them?
I'm sure the Princess is doing everything she can under the circumstances.
No, she's not. And if Langwidere can't be bothered being in charge, then just let her step down and we'll put someone else there instead. The Republic of Ebb!
Oh, my darling Princess Ozma, how are you, my darling friend, my dear? Princess Langwidere, I presume.
Yes, my dear, it's been far too long.
We haven't
Kiss,
met.
kiss, darling. You must have a tour.
Well, actually, we wanted to know why you asked for help from the Emerald City.
And why your wheelers are trying to kill people at the border.
Yes, a tour.
Coming, Scarecrow.
You go ahead, I'm going to keep looking at this statue. There we go.
You would not want to make an enemy of me. Where is the girl?
It talks!
No, you woke it up. Why did you do that?
Stand aside.
Where have you got her, Langwidere?
He's at the top of the highest tower.
Open the door, Langwidere, or we'll force it open.
Give him the key!
Thank God for that. If you three took any longer to rescue me, I was gonna really start complaining.
Dorothy!
Admit it, you missed me, didn't you?
Crossover Adventure Productions presents The Chronicles of Oz. Ozma of Oz, Episode 2. Once upon a time, many years after Lurleen left the land of Oz, the throne fell to King Dashimoth and his queen, Trixie. The people of Oz loved their king, but they did not warm to Queen Trixie. They felt she was vain, selfish, and didn't seem to care for her people at all. This broke Trixie's heart, for the thing she wanted most in the world was to win the love of her people. Fearing for the Queen's safety, King Dashimoth ensured his queen was surrounded at all times by the best soldiers in Oz. And it was lucky for her that he did, for one night, after all the courtiers had gone to sleep, an assassin broke into the Queen's chambers and attempted to take Trixie's life. It was only through the bravery of one soldier with green whiskers that she was saved, though sadly, in protecting his queen, the soldier lost his own life. The king was glad that his wife was safe, but Trixie could not overcome her intense guilt. She made it her mission to learn about the soldier who died for her. She discovered that he was an only child, and that his mother now had no one to care for her. Overcome with emotion, Trixie decided she must give up her place in the Emerald City and help the late soldier's mother. She lived with the old woman herself and spent the next 10 years caring for her and helping her, repaying her for what she had lost. The people of Oz saw the sacrifice their queen was making and instantly loved her, realizing she wasn't as selfish as she appeared, but in fact the least selfish queen the land of Oz had ever seen.
And what are you going to do, Princess Ozma?
What?
About this atrocity! Invading my privacy, breaking into my personal spaces. This is quite improper behavior for guests of a princess.
Yes, that's rich. You locked me up. You want to talk about improper behavior? Let's start there. I was in that cell for days.
It was her. Really her. Dorothy Louise Gale, the girl from Kansas in the flesh. Ever since I came back, all I've heard about was Dorothy. How amazing she was. How she blew into Munchkinland one day and in less than a week nothing would ever be the same in Oz again. It was barely a year ago, but she'd already become legendary. She was shorter than I thought she'd be. And wore less gingham.
Dorothy, how are you even here?
Long story, Oh my god, where's Bellina?
Who?
Tik-Tok?
What's a Tik-Tok?
I am Tik-Tok. Now that you have been freed, I will scan for Bellina.
No! Stop that, Tik-Tok! Stop it at once!
Shut up.
Dorothy, what's going on?
I'll explain later, Scarecrow, really, when there's more time. It's really good to see you all, though. Oh my god, you're all here, aren't you? Hang on, who are you?
I'm Ozma, the...
Bellina has been located.
Good, lead the way.
Lead the way. Where are we going?
What in Oz is a Bellina?
No! Not that way! That is the way to my private rooms! You Ozians have no right at all!
That's what Dorothy was like. All take charge and ask questions later. She's American, it's what they do. So with Princess Langwidere screaming at us all the way, Dorothy and the Clockwork Man led us down the palace corridors until we came to a closed-off room full of cabinets. In each cabinet was a woman's head, their eyes closed and still. And in the center of the room was a yellow chicken, busily working her way around the cabinets.
15? 14? No. Where's her original head? It must be in here somewhere. Come on, Bellina. Dorothy's counting on you. Bellina! Dorothy! You escaped!
No, she was rescued.
By us.
Bellina, what are you doing in here?
Trying to rescue you, of course.
Was not expecting a talking chicken.
Once I found Princess What's-Her-Name's original head, I was coming up the tower for you.
Why are you looking for her original head?
Because I figured that's where she keeps all of her most valuable stuff. Like the keys to your cell, for example. It's where I'd be keeping the key, or my name isn't Bill.
It isn't Bill, it's Bellina, and she had the key with her.
She did?
Yeah, in her pocket.
Oh, well, you can't blame a bird for trying, can ya?
No, and thank you.
Gave me a chance to check out her spare heads, though. Look at them all.
Spare heads.
You have no right to be in here. This is my inner sanctum, my sanctuary, my most secret space, and you have defiled it with your presence.
I'll do more than defile it.
Langwidere, please be rational.
Rational? You want rational? I'll have you all eviscerated for this. I'll have your skin ripped off and your flesh boiled and your eyes roasted and your feathers fried.
Fried?
Princess, are you okay?
Seems a tad unhinged.
A tad unhinged. She's demented.
And I'm going to start by frying you, you stupid chicken. What the? Who do you think you are, Tik-Tok? Unhand me at once!
You need to calm down, my lady.
I will rip your springs apart!
Be calm, or I will be required to take aggressive action.
Let me go!
I do not give a second warning.
Holy Lurleen!
You killed her!
No, I have just rendered her unconscious.
You haven't, you know. You've knocked her head clear off her shoulders.
That was a bit excessive, wasn't it?
I must apologize for the princess's behavior.
You don't need to apologize for her, Tik-Tok.
Well, she can hardly apologize for herself now, can she? He's knocked her head off.
I'm very concerned this creature doesn't realize what he's done. She's dead.
No, it's okay. The princess, does this, apparently.
I am afraid Princess Langwidere has been wearing her number 17 head. It has always been unstable and prone to psychotic tendencies.
So you chopped it off?
I will arrange for her to have a more tolerant head in its place. Excuse me while I attend to this.
Did he just say he's getting her another head?
It's what this woman does. She has multiple heads.
30 of them. According to Tik-Tok, one for every day of the month. That's what's in the cabinets on the walls.
She switches them like hats. Once she's bored of one, she picks out another one.
With the new personality to go with it. I don't know, give me a witch with a water allergy any day of the week.
I think she's got more heads than she has underwear.
We are surrounded by heads.
Dorothy!
So many heads. What?
You're back! Oh, I've missed you!
I missed you too, Scarecrow.
What happened to Toto?
He's still in Kansas, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
And you have a chicken now.
I see it that I got myself a human, quite frankly. Dorothy, who are all these people?
Oh, they're my friends from Oz. Remember I was telling you. That's the Scarecrow. That's the Tin Woodman. That's the Lion and... I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Ozma. Of Oz?
Right. Nice to meet you.
I thought you said we weren't in Oz.
We're not. We're in Ev.
Then why are these guys here?
I don't know. Why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be running the Emerald City, Scarecrow?
Well, it's a funny story, actually.
What are we doing?
really
here?
good
Just
to see you
serious
again,
with
buddy.
you guys.
I
don't
thought
even
when we
know
said
how
silver
I
stuff was
got
taking
here. I
forever.
don't know how you guys got here, too.
Sorry. It's just one question at a time, eh? Maybe?
What did you say your name was?
Ozma.
Right.
Dorothy, she's the Queen of Oz now.
Well, princess.
Huh? Scarecrow, I thought we left you in charge.
There was a bit of a revolution.
A what?
The Munchkins, apparently. Don't worry, they left me out of that one too.
But I think the more important question is, what brings you here, Dorothy? I understand that Glinda helped you use the silver slippers to return home.
That's right, and I got there too. Oh, guys, you should have seen on Em's face. She was so happy.
And now you've returned. How? The silver slippers again? Another storm?
I lost the slippers on my way back. No, this time was something very different. But, just as sudden and unexpected.
How do you mean?
You know how sometimes your whole world can change in an instant? A moment?
Here we go again.
After I got home, Uncle Henry had to find a way to rebuild our farm after the Twister carried half of it to Oz. The insurance company wouldn't pay out, so he was forced to go beg our distant but wealthy relations in Australia. They insisted on seeing him in person to negotiate terms, and since Uncle Henry has a fear of flying, we had to go by ship. And, because we couldn't stand the thought of him being alone for the 3-week journey, I went with him. In hindsight, I'd rather we flew. It'd have been quicker, more expensive, sure, but less prone to storms. Uncle Henry! Uncle Henry! Look, I know we're fighting, but this storm is getting serious now. You'll just have to come back to the cabin, and we'll both be awkward for a couple of hours. Henry, look, it's Captain's orders! Nobody here but us chickens, huh? Henry, you're a stubborn old uncle! Where are you? Spoiler alert, he wasn't up on decks after all. But I was. And I should have paid attention to the captain's warnings, because it only took one good strong wave to send me flying over the edge of the boat and into the sea. There were lots of things being knocked off the ship. Anything that wasn't tied down. Tables, crates, the chickens in the chicken coops. And me. Flapping about in the water, I had to pay it fast. I floundered around, grabbing at whatever I could to keep myself afloat. I managed to climb into one of the wooden chicken coops, which made for a surprisingly good raft. Hey, remember that raft we had in the Munchkin River, Tin Woodman?
We don't talk about the raft.
So, I was safe, but stranded in the middle of the ocean. I drifted for hours. The storm subsided, and eventually the sun came up. And that's when I realized I wasn't alone in my chicken coop. What the hell?
I just laid an egg, is all.
Oh, cool. You do you. Wait a minute. You're a chicken.
You didn't get that from the fact that I just laid an egg?
Yes, but you're a talking chicken.
Nothing gets by you.
How the hell are you talking?
Don't know. Honest. I've clucked and cackled all my life and never spoken a word before this morning that I can remember. But when you asked a question a minute ago, it seemed the most natural thing in the world to answer you. So I did. Weird, right?
Yeah.
How's my grammar?
Pretty darn good for a chicken.
Why, thanks, ma'am.
Hey, less of the ma'am. I'm Dorothy.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Bill.
Seriously?
God's honest truth.
But you're a chicken.
Chickens can't be called Bill.
Roosters, maybe, but if you're laying eggs, you're a girl.
Girls can't be called Bill?
Sure, I guess they can if they want to be.
When I was first hatched, back at the farm. They couldn't tell whether I was going to be a hen or a rooster, you see? So they called me Bill. Then, when I grew up, they realized their mistake. But by then, it was too late.
Do you like being called Bill?
Well, now I can speak and whatnot. I don't mind saying. It's a tad butch for a feminine bird like myself.
Why don't you call yourself Billina? Putting the Ina on the end makes it more feminine.
Billina. I like it. You're pretty good at this.
With that settled, we floated about for a while. I figured we must be drifting towards Oz or another magic land of some kind, what with the whole talking animals thing going on. It was good to have the company. Eventually, the chicken coop carried us towards land, and we ended up on a beach. So there we were, shipwrecked mariners. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. I do like to be beside the sea.
Are you singing that again?
I'm trying to distract myself from how hungry I am.
Is it working?
No.
You can eat my egg if you like.
Raw egg. No thanks. Not that hungry. Not yet, anyway. You eat it, though, if you like.
What? You think I'm a cannibal? How rude. I'll settle for my usual bugs if you don't mind.
Oh, well, Hakuna Matata then.
Some excellent ones in the sand here. Fat red ants. Oh, sand bugs. Might be lucky and find a crab.
Okay, we can agree on the crabs then.
Ouch!
What, did an ant bite you back?
No, I tended my beak on this bit of metal.
Metal?
Ow.
Let me see. It's an old key. I wonder where this came from.
The ocean, I expect.
You think? What's this design on the hilt? Looks like letters. E-V. Ev.
You know it?
Sounds familiar. It's a place, I think. Somewhere near Oz.
Oz? Oh, what's Oz?
Well, it's... Hey, Bellina, can you see that writing in the sand over there?
Beware the Wheelers.
Oh yes, we know all about the Wheelers.
I wish I had at the time, because we made our way inland, found these trees with these lunch boxes and dinner pails and things,
And you picked one, right?
Sure did. And that got the Wheelers' attention.
Yeah. Rookie mistake that.
So, I did what all farm girls and their pet chickens would do when chased by screeching creatures on wheels. We got the heck out of there. I only wanted some lunch!
And look where that got us. I said you should have eaten some bugs.
At least their wheels mean they can't follow us up these rocks.
I wouldn't count on that.
This way. Wait, not this way. It's a dead end.
No, it's not. Look, it's a door.
It's a stone wall.
Look, it's got a hinge.
There's no door handle.
There's a keyhole.
So there is.
Try the key, Dorothy. The one you found on the beach, remember?
I'm doing it. Don't rush me. We hid in the cave to get away from the Wheelers, only to discover we weren't alone.
Why, it's a man. A man made out of copper.
Smith & Tinker's patent double-action, extra-responsive, thought-creating, perfect talking mechanical man. Fitted with our special clockwork attachment. Thinks, speaks, acts, and does everything but live.
That's bizarre. You think it's true?
It's got instructions. For thinking, wind the clockwork man under his left arm. For speaking, wind under his right arm. For walking in action, wind the clockwork in the middle of his back. Note this mechanism is guaranteed to work perfectly for 1,000 years.
Oh, they always say that. But you never believe them. Go on, wind them up.
So I did. And before long, the mechanical man was introducing himself.
Good morning, little girl. Good morning, Mrs. Hen. Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Tik-Tok.
How did you get like this?
Valdo, the king of Ev, locked me away in here. I fear he has gone mad.
Well, we all have our bad days. Some people wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Some people just go crazy.
No, you do not understand, Mrs. Hen. After he sold his family to the Gnome King, he has become stricken with guilt.
He sold his family.
He was promised a long life in exchange for theirs. But now he regrets his actions.
So he locked you up? That makes no sense.
As I said, the king is mad. When I found myself imprisoned, I shouted for help until my voice ran down. Then I walked back and forth in this little cave until my action ran down. and then I stood still and fought until my thinking ran down. After that, I remember nothing, until you wound me up again.
Now we had some backup. The three of us started planning how we would get out of the cave and past the Wheelers. It was about then that Tik-Tok revealed he's been programmed with some killer fighting skills.
Who sent you to protect the lunch pail trees?
Langwidere! It was Princess Langwidere!
Who?
You didn't think maybe you'd want to, I don't know, have your own adventure instead of just copying ours?
I had my adventure first, Princess. Who's copying who? So, we asked the Wheelers to take us to Langwidere to see what was going on. Originally, she was happy to see us. She had her number 12 head on at that point.
Oh, look at the little girl and the itty-bitty cutesy wootsy little chicken. Oh, aren't you the prettiest little things ever? Oh, aren't you the most gorgeous?
I apologise for Her Highness. It's her number 12 head.
You're so cute. You're so cute.
It's not usually much use for anything.
I can see that.
My lady, hello. I think you better put a different head on now. My lady?
No, of course I will. Don't you two go away, you little snookums. I'm sorry? She's putting another head on?
It is a talent unique to the Princess Langwidere.
Look, well, she's gone. You have to go now while you still can.
What do you mean?
Before things get bad for you. Things are always bad here. For goodness sake, just leave.
We can't go. Those Wheelers keep trying to hurt us.
Oh, the Wheelers are useless. They can't harm anyone. They're just a symptom of how far ever's fallen since the king died. See, nobody's giving them proper orders anymore, so they're just running wild and blaming the princess. For good reason. Quickly, if you're still here when she comes back,
Nanda, do shut up. There's a dear. Now what's all this?
Wait a moment. That's a different person.
No, it is Princess Langwidere. She has a different head.
My lady, you chose the number 17 head. No, why did you do that?
Oh, I thought someone of importance had called.
What? Excuse me, I'm pretty damn important if you don't mind.
Stop. How dare you annoy me with your senseless chatter?
Huh?
Well, excuse us for breathing.
Your Highness, we wanted to talk to you about those Wheeler things.
They have been attacking people in the lunch pail fields.
Didn't my uncle lock you away somewhere for good, Tik-Tok?
I'm sorry, but we just wanted to...
Excuse me, are you of royal blood?
No. I'm from Butterfield, Kansas.
Then what gives you the right to even speak to me? You're a foolish child, and I cannot allow you to annoy me any further. Run away, you little goose, and bother someone else.
Goose? Seriously?
You got something against geese.
I'm sorry if we have somehow offended you by our presence, but I feel that you're really pushing
Come closer.
What?
You heard me. Come over here so I can examine you more clearly.
No!
You are rather attractive. Not at all beautiful, you understand, but you have a certain style of prettiness that is different from that of any of my other 30 heads.
My lady, please, stop this. Let the girl go.
Nanda, get out. You're fired.
What?
Leave Castle Ev at once. I'm discussing important things with this girl.
Let go of my chin!
I believe I shall take your head and give you number 26 for it.
I believe you won't.
It will do you no good to refuse, girl. I need your head in my collection, and in the land of Ev, my will is law. I've never cared much for number 26. You'll find it's hardly worn.
Can you believe this?
It will do you just as well as the one you're wearing for all practical purposes.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, lady, and I don't want to, but you're not taking my head.
You refuse?
Duh!
How dare you? Well then, you shall be locked up in the tower until you decide to obey me. Guards? Where are my guards?
Dorothy, I think she's serious.
Yeah, you better bring a lot of them. I've killed 2 wicked witches. I'm not going down without a fight.
Carry that girl up to the North Tower and lock her away.
Stop this. Don't follow her orders. Stop it.
Nanda, I told you to get out.
You will not take Dorothy!
Tik-Tok?
Oh dear. My action has run down.
You couldn't have picked a better time to do that.
Wind me up, quickly!
You always were a rubbish robot. Take her away.
No, you Let go of me, let go!
Leave the clockwork man. People will think I have a new statue.
Wind me up and release Miss Gale immediately. I warn you.
That shut him up.
Let Dorothy go!
Get rid of the bird too. Put her in the chicken house. I'll have her for breakfast.
Get your hands off me now! Hurts! I swear you better let me go right now. And that's where I've been for the last few days. Then earlier this morning, I looked out of the window and saw a familiar face among the crowds outside.
Ooh, it was me.
Yeah, I know, it was you, Lion. I was being dramatic. And, well, y'all know the rest.
I see you've had a trying time. You must be eager to get back to your home, of course.
She's always eager to go back home.
It's like her default state of existence.
It's what she does.
Hey!
Sorry.
Mr. Ooh, let me tell you about this idea I just had, but I don't have a brain every 10 minutes.
Do we know how we can get Dorothy back to Kansas?
I'm not going anywhere. Not until I've sorted out Princess Langwidere.
Oh, I remember this. She's gonna rip her balls off.
You know me too well, Lion. I'm gonna rip more than her balls off. I'm gonna rip her foot.
My dear, while I understand your frustrations, there's no need to use quite such strong language. Let us all keep cool heads.
I'll give you a cool head.
Speaking of heads,
Langwidere has tons of heads. How many times do we have to say it?
Right now I'm doing all I can to keep up.
I apologize for all the confusion and for all my behavior these past few days. Now I'm wearing my number 6 head. Let us converse civilly and politely.
No, you don't get off that easy. You locked me up for days.
Dorothy, I believe she's apologized.
Huh?
It was a different head at the time, and we have more pressing issues to attend to.
and maybe it's worth attending to them while she has a reasonable head on, before she goes and gets another insane one and we have to lop it off again.
Your Highness, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a mob of people outside your castle, and they want to raise some concerns with how you're ruling your kingdom.
Pay no attention to them. The people are always complaining about something.
This is more than complaining. Those people are angry.
We want to help you, Langwidere, before this escalates into something bigger.
You mean like that? Please, leave us in peace!
Let us in, Langwidere. You can't hide from us forever.
Yeah, they're not sounding very happy.
Nanda? That's Nanda. I thought she worked for me.
I believe you fired her while wearing your number 17 head, my lady.
Oh, that head is more trouble than it's worth some days.
Langwidere, don't let them in.
Yeah, good advice there, Princess.
I was talking to them before, and they're not happy. Sort of revolutionary, if you know what I mean.
Princess, I've had some experience dealing with revolutionary townspeople. Let me...
The people of Ev demand you step down from the throne at once and transfer all authority to the new Republic of Ev.
Republic?
Otherwise, we will enter by force and take the throne from you.
Well, easy solution presents itself, I think. Langwidere, if you'll just give yourself up.
Dorothy, stop it.
Did she lock you up? I don't think so.
Langwidere, how did this happen? How could you let your kingdom get this bad?
Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, this head is not designed to deal with trauma. That's why I had the number 17 head on. It's much more capable to cope with stress. Because it's insane.
Have you tried to speak with your people? Listen to their grievances?
Yes, do you even know why they're unhappy?
Well, they're just the people, aren't they? Aren't people supposed to be unhappy?
Not as a rule, no.
Did you try the let them eat cake line? That usually goes over well.
Look, I didn't want this job, you know. I didn't ask to be in charge. I was just the only one left. Uncle Evaldo should be dealing with this.
King Evaldo is dead.
Well, that's not my fault either. He killed himself.
Oh my.
And you were next in line?
No, that's Cousin Evering. And then his sister, but they all got kidnapped, didn't they?
By the Gnome King?
Yes, and that's why I asked for help. Why I sent the call to Oz. I needed someone to rescue my family from the gnomes, so that they can take over ruling, and I can go back to just being a princess, styling my hair, trading my heads, and having a marvelous time. But it's all gone wrong. Everyone's upset and the people have turned so nasty.
You're not kidding.
Ooh, a siege in the palace throne room. Doesn't that make you guys all nostalgic?
No, I missed that adventure, remember?
I meant when we were under siege and we chased the wizard away, remember?
Oh, yeah.
You chased the wizard away?
We're not as useless as we might appear.
Well, not quite as useless.
We get there in the end.
Then can you sort out these revolting people then?
You can start by not calling them revolting.
What would you call them?
Freedom fighters? The saner ones in the city?
Dorothy.
Look, I can't be the only one here who thinks we ought to let the people have her. She's clearly unstable, and she's admitted she doesn't want to be a queen. So, Princess, you step down, go back to doing whatever you want. Let the people run the country. There, easy, solved.
And what about my family?
Well,
You don't have an answer for that, do you? Langwidere, of course we will help you as best as we can. But the first thing we need to do is calm the people of Ev.
I think that's gonna be a bigger challenge than you think, my girl.
Why'd you say that?
Because that door's about to burst open.
Uh-oh.
Shut up.
What?
Sorry, habit.
Melina, back away from the door.
Arrest the queen! Arrest Princess Langwidere!
Well, which is it? Am I a princess or am I a queen? Ow! Oh, ouch! You're hurting me! Nanda, how could you?
That's right, tie her up. You can't have her escape. Get hold of the clockwork man, too.
Unhand me, or I shall be forced to take violent... Replace my key. Replace my key.
Oh, we know all about your action and your thinking mechanisms, Tik-Tok. We'll keep your brain and your speech going, because we need you to give evidence, but for the time being, you're stuck.
Evidence? For what?
For Langwidere's trial, of course. For crimes against the people of Ev. You are to be tried and executed for what you've done.
Executed? Me? But I'm innocent. I've done nothing.
Oh, well, that is for the jury to decide. But I think you'll find they'll be of one mind, you...
Excuse me, may I...
No, you may not. I'm sorry you've been caught up in this, but you're not from Ev. You have no business here.
Well, we're from Oz, and we have
diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, what he said.
We're kings and queens, you know. If you hurt us, it will be a declaration of war against Oz.
Oh, we have no intention of harming you, but we can't have you getting in the way of our justice, can we? Take anyone who isn't from Ev and lock them away. We'll let them out when this is all over.
oh, now wait a minute.
You're not locking me away, young lady.
Ozma, do something.
Hey!
Let me go. Stop it. I'm a princess.
That's my hand. Let me stop it.
Nanda, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fire you. I promise. It was the head talking.
Save it, Langwidere. It's too little, too late. This country has been ruled by this insane family for long enough. Assemble the jury. The trial of the House of Ev will begin.
Well, this is cozy.
I was out of here for 15 whole minutes, then wham! Back in the cell again.
At least you got company this time.
Could you think of any better company than us, Dorothy?
Someone who could actually save us, perhaps?
Yes. I forgot how bitchy you can be when you're under pressure.
Sorry. I'm fed up with being locked up, if you know what I mean.
Nobody likes being locked up. But look on the bright side.
Oh?
They didn't execute us. See, it could have been a lot worse.
See, Dorothy?
Your positivity sickens me, Scarecrow.
Nothing's changed there, then.
We should turn our thoughts to escape, though. Does anyone know how to pick locks?
You can't access the lock from this side of the door, Princess. It's a cell, you know? Designed to keep people in.
Why do we need to escape?
Because isn't that what one does when one is imprisoned? One escapes. I don't know, I haven't been locked up that often.
No.
What I mean is, they say they don't want to hurt us. We got nothing to do with their local squabbles. They'll just let us go once they finish with...
Yes, when they're finished with Langwidere.
You think they'll cut her head off? Wonder how many times they'll give that a go before they work it out.
Dorothy!
Excuse me if I refuse to have any pity for the bitch who locked me up the moment I got here.
We can't let the people of Ev kill their queen.
Why not?
Well, it sets a precedence for one thing. Besides, it's wrong to kill people.
Ethics in the Ethical Treatment of Monarchs by Ozma of Oz.
What? Is she wrong?
No, she's not wrong. Look, does it even matter? We can't do anything from in here anyway, can we? Even if we could get out, they won't listen to us.
They said they were giving her a trial. We could speak on her behalf.
Get with it, Lion. They're never giving her a fair hearing. It'll be a show trial just to say they did it, and then they'll finish her off whichever way they like.
They do seem very much out for blood.
Maybe they don't realise she's got a nice head on now.
I don't think they realize a lot of things. And it's up to us to help them.
Come on.
She asked me for help, Dorothy. I'm not going to just leave her to her fate.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, first thing is to get out of this cell. Let's have a look at this door.
It's solid, you know, no lock. Only way you're getting through that thing is with a...
Magic!
Correct. Stand back.
Wait, she's a witch queen?
Fairy princess, technically.
Is she a good witch or a bad witch?
I'm trying to concentrate.
Is it working?
I don't know, I can't see.
Ozma, look out! Your hands are going right through them!
Holy Lurleen. Not quite what I meant to happen. I was trying to make the door vanish. Instead, I just made it momentarily intangible. And I fell through it into the corridor outside.
Ozma, are you out there?
Yes, Scarecrow. I'm here. Graze my knee.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Princess. Hurry up and let us out.
All right, give me a second.
Well, how long does it take to open a door?
Look, you. Damn.
What?
No key.
What did you say?
I said there's no key. No key in the lock. I can't unlock the door.
Well, do that magic thing you did again.
Oh, there's no time. I have to see what I can do for Langwidere.
Oh, don't you dare leave us here.
You'll be safe here for the time being. Langwidere won't have much time. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Princess? Princess, let us out! Princess! How can you believe her?
She has more important things to do right now. And we'll be fine.
We will?
Yep, because I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Shut up.
Our Lady unfortunately inherited a kingdom in disarray from a predecessor who was insane, as evidenced by his tragic suicide. And in the absence of his wife and children, it fell upon the only remaining member of the royal family. Am I boring you, Miss Nanda?
Yes. Yes, you are, quite frankly. Are you done yet?
You asked me to give evidence as to the circumstances, as to Princess Langwidere's position.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it was going to be so boring.
Pay no attention to her, Tik-Tok. Nanda has no interest whatsoever in giving me a fair trial. This is personal because I accidentally fired her the other day. She's already made up her mind. She's playing with us.
You're right. I have. And, I think we've pushed this as far as I can be bothered. Don't you agree?
It's a shame I didn't choose my number 23 head. She's quite fond of fire.
Yeah, and that is why you cannot be our queen. You're not human. You're not. We don't even know what you are. You have 30 heads and you change them around according to your whim. I mean, do any of us know what you really look like, Langwidere? Dare you show us your true face? Now, how long before you want to expand your grotesque collection? When will you come for our heads? Huh?
I'm not sure that's something you should be worried about. I mean, have you seen a mirror lately?
I thought we locked her up.
I'm Ozma, Princess of Oz. I don't do prisons. You need to let Langwidere go.
We don't have to do anything. You have no power here, Ozma. Go back to Oz.
I can't do that. Your princess asked for my help because she knew she couldn't cope with ruling on her own. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And isn't that the sign of a good queen? One who can identify her weaknesses and ask for help.
Oh, a good queen? A good queen is one who doesn't change her head every single day.
She's got a point, Langwidere. The head thing is a bit creepy.
Oh, I'm so glad you're helping me.
Look, Nanda, indulge me. When you kill off your princess, what will you do then?
Establish a republic. The Republic of Aron!
Great. And who will rule your republic? You? You're gonna elect a president or something?
We will act as a general collective. Everyone having a voice.
You are not serious, right? That never works. Not in any civilization. The people start fighting amongst themselves and you end up having another revolution. You'd be better off keeping Langwidere, to be honest with you.
No. Keep that ghoul on the throne, forget it. The things she's done since she took power. You haven't lived here, Princess Ozma. You don't know, but I have. I've seen.
What if she agreed to only wear her original head?
Ozma, please stop helping me.
Shh. I think we all know that's not enough. She's a terrible queen.
And let's be honest, she agrees with you. She doesn't want to be in charge either. Am I right, Langwidere?
Yes, you're right. I hate being queen.
See? So what's the point of all this posturing and threatening to kill everyone? Let's just agree to let her step down and everyone's happy.
Yeah, but if Langwidere lives, How do we know she won't seize power again?
Right now, you have a gaping vacuum of power. So I do see your point. Who do you want to be in charge? If you could pick anyone. If you suggest a people's collective again, I'm going to laugh at you.
Then we'll...
Some revolution this is going to be. Look, Nanda, keep Langwidere in charge for a bit longer. I'm sure she'll get better at it over time.
No, I won't. I really won't.
She can hardly be worse than her uncle. You know, the crazy one who threw himself into the sea?
King Ivaldo was sick. Everyone knew it was the Queen, his wife, who really controlled things.
Why didn't you have this uprising when he was in charge then?
Because the Queen made things work. And eventually his son would take over and well, it wouldn't matter, would it? But now they're gone and we cannot bear this insane family ruling us any longer.
Charming.
Then let's get them back.
What?
The Queen and her kids. They're still alive, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yes, they are alive. The Gnome King has them prisoner, but as a part of the terms of sale, he was to keep them alive.
Terms of sale? Never mind. Nanda, I have a suggestion for you and your people. It's radical, but here it is. Go rescue your queen and prince and princess!
From the Gnome King! Oh, are they all this crazy in Oz?
What's so crazy about it?
Do you know how powerful he is? He's got magic, deep magic, and an army of gnomes that live underground that total in the thousands.
Well, nobody's saying go and conquer him. Just go there and extract his prisoners.
No. Once you're captured by the Gnome King, you're never getting out. Not unless he wants you to.
Then we need to convince him to let them go. Okay, I'll do it.
What?
Please explain.
If you promise not to hurt Princess Langwidere, then my friends and I will travel to the Gnome King and negotiate the release of the Queen and her children.
You will? You'll rescue my family?
I'm sure the Gnome King is a reasonable man, once I tell him how much they needed back here in Ev.
The Gnome King? Reasonable? What are you on, lady?
Oi, that's your highness, thank you. And I will only do this if you promise not to hurt Langwidere. If she dies, then your government can collapse for all I care.
You really think you can negotiate with the Gnome King?
Oh, from one monarch to another, why not?
Fine. Okay. All right. Well, you got a deal, Your Majesty. You've got 7 days to travel to the Gnome King's mountain and bring back the royal family. If you bring them back alive and they can rule instead of this... whatever she is...
Hey!
Then we'll spare her life. She can go back to doing whatever she does with her time.
Excellent!
But if after 7 days you don't come back, then her life is forfeit, and we will manage our country our own way.
Sounds good to me! Well, no, it doesn't sound good, but you know what I mean.
So far?
I'm okay with that. Could someone release my friends, please? I'm sure they're getting pretty agitated in that cell by now. Oh, and could you also wind up Tik-Tok again? I'd like him to come with us, to guide us through Ev.
Done.
Thank you. You don't need to worry, you know. My friends and I are the best kind of people. Your country is safe with us.
Oh, it's about time.
Freedom! I never thought we'd be free again.
We were locked up for an hour.
It was a very long hour.
I wonder what Ozma did to get us released.
Probably something royal. She does royal things, you know. People respect that.
Do they now?
Wonder what she did do to get us out. Hope it's nothing awful. Alright, what? You've been nattering in my ear for days and now you're silent?
Well, I could hardly talk to you while the others were in the cell, could I? Like they need to know you're any more crazy than you are.
I don't know if I trust this Ozma. I get the feeling she's landed us into hotter water than we started in.
She's not lived up to the potential I imagined for her long ago, you're right. But still, we'll deal with that in due time. After all, Miss Gale, you've got me by your side. With the Wicked Witch of the West to guide you, you'll never go wrong.
of Oz, written and directed by Aron Toman, based on the book by L. Frank Baum. Starring Kirsten Page as Ozma, Kari Dennison as Dorothy, Jennifer Ali as Belina, Rob Lloyd as Tik-Tok, Aron Toman as the Scarecrow, Scobie Parker as the Tin Woodman, Tom Denham as the Lion, and Elise D'Amico as the Witch, with Caitlin Yolland as Princess Langwidere, Philip Schofield as the Wheeler, and Sarah Golding as Nanda. Australian sound recording by Daniel Burnett. Sound design by David Nagel and Aron Toman. Music by Tony Diana. This has been a Crossover Adventure production.